Woke up at 8 this morning and I watched a fair few videos on what went down last night. Anyways, so you don't see my neck fan. Anyways, so hello and welcome. How nervous I am. Just keep fidgeting around with everything else I'm touching. The timer for a Mac is really dramatic, huh? I'm excited and nervous at the same time, hence my concentration level is not really 100%, but I'm trying. I am really trying. Drum rolls. This week, Bahrain. So excited. I don't know whether to cry, to sleep, to cry. Basically, for those who don't know, I am a Lewis fan. I'm a Mercedes fan. I'm so nervous going into Bahrain. It's the first race of the season. Based on the last couple of weeks of testing, and obviously the practice runs yesterday and the day before, and then the qualies. And I'm a nervous wreck. I am a nervous wreck. Mercedes have a lot of work to do. Let's just put it that way. And you know what? I think it's a problem with the Mercedes engine. That's just my intake on it. I feel like there's a lot of them struggling with the Mercedes engine. McLaren are not performing. Williams are not performing. And obviously Mercedes are not performing. It's mainly the ones with the Mercedes engine. So I think maybe the Mercedes engine needs an upgrade based on this new cars they've got going this year. It seems the Ferrari engine are doing a lot more better. Look at Alfa Romeo, they're doing really well. Look at Haas, Leclerc. I've always liked Leclerc. I remember when I first watched Drive to Survive. I really liked Leclerc, and I was really hopeful that he would do something. Actually, I've got a sweet spot for Pierre Gasley as well. Sorry, I keep shaking because I keep playing around the table. But anyways, I just want to stop and focus a minute on Haas. My cousin used to refer to Haas as the money laundering team. I don't know if I can say that out there. I don't know if I can put it out there in the universe. But I used to call them the money laundering team. It's like they had to get into an accident to make it worth their while. I mean, that was the purpose of their game, to constantly get into accidents. Not sorry, but it was funny. I mean, when he came out with it, I thought it was hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. But I thought it was funny. So I think it'll be very interesting to see how they will do this year. What's the guy's name? Is it Gunther? Not very good with names. But if Gunther is his name, poor guy, finally getting some slack because he's finally seeing progress on the Haas. But it'll be very interesting to see how well they do this season. I think if we can go down with Bahrain with no accidents, I think we're off to a good start. Obviously Ferrari, obviously Red Bull, we know it was previously a Honda engine, and now Red Bull's taken over it. But yeah, I'm saying Mercedes, it's a problem across the board. So I reckon they need tweaking on the Mercedes. Obviously the whole bouncing around, just with the bouncing around actually, I feel like it could be dangerous. I mean, I don't know if anyone's seen that movie. I forgot what it's called. Movie. Concussion. Watching the cars bouncing around, watching the drivers bouncing around those cars the last couple of weeks, and I still see it in Mercedes. Like yesterday when I was watching the qualies and watching the practice runs, I was thinking, maybe it's not so bad as when it initially started, but it's still there. It's still there. And to think they're going to be driving for over an hour with that whole bouncing around, I just think it's so uncomfortable. So that's a problem. That's a big problem. So obviously that's one of their major problems. Obviously we all know Verstappen is pretty good. It was funny to watch Verstappen doing the interview. I don't know if you guys seen it. And they asked him, you know, was it disappointing not to see the Mercedes or something along those lines? And he was like, very disappointing. Like, I felt like he didn't know what to do with himself a little bit, because his rivalry is with Mercedes and Lewis, and he wasn't there. So I felt like he was a bit out of place. He didn't really know what to do with himself. So that was my interpretation of it. So I found it quite funny. But Red Bull, they're doing well. I mean, Max is very good. He's a good young driver. He's talented. He is a bit aggressive, which he needs to work on. But I guess that will only come with time. It's just different ways of showing passion. But yeah, so today is race day. Actually, my cousin texted me. She's like, do you want to come over? Don't know what to say, because I don't know if I should watch it alone, because I'm a mess and a wreck. Or I should just go and at least watch it with some people. And at least I've got someone else to talk to, instead of just looking at my four walls and thinking, who do I talk to about it? Race starts 7 p.m. today. So excited. I'm so excited. I am excited. I'm so excited that I'm nervous. I mean, it's so obvious, isn't it? So for tonight, I reckon Mercedes need a couple of weeks. It's not going to be Bahrain. It's not going to be Saudi. But yeah, I don't know about this time around. So we'll see. We shall see. But for Bahrain, I reckon Verstappen's going to take it. The thing with Leclerc, I really like Leclerc, but I think he's nervous. I feel like when somebody approaches him, he doesn't stick it out like Lewis or Verstappen. I feel like he gets a little bit nervous. I reckon he will eventually give the spot away. I don't think he'll last. I mean, I would love for him to last, but I don't think he'll last. So my predictions for the race tonight, I reckon it's going to be Verstappen, maybe Leclerc, and then Perez. I reckon Perez third, and then I'm going to say Hamilton is fourth. And I reckon if Mercedes is able to at least manage a fourth position just on that opening race, at least they haven't lost too much points. I mean, I would love for him to be third. But just when we look back to, I know it's completely different cars, but if we look back to when Perez was playing, a friend of mine's going to kill me for saying playing. Oh my God, look at my mess. I reckon Perez is not going to allow it. Perez is just not going to allow it. He's going to put his foot down. I mean, don't get me wrong, Hamilton will push. And generally speaking, when he knows the car's not performing, he makes it very clear on radio that the car's not performing. So I reckon might be Perez third, Hamilton fourth, and then Sainz. Russell, I still think he's new. I hope he doesn't get into an accident, but I think with the likes of Bottas and Alonzo in front of him, I don't know, I think it'll be very interesting to see. And Pierre Gasley pushes it, like he's really good that way, so I reckon he's not going to settle for 10th, even though they finished with 2.6 seconds out. But I reckon, it'll be very close between 6 and 10 positions, and I think that's where the focus is going to be and where a lot of the action is going to be. I feel like everybody has a point to prove. Haas being 7th position, first time ever. I hope they don't get into an accident. I really hope they don't get into an accident, but I reckon Kevin Magnussen's got a point to prove anyways. Alonzo, I don't see him caring as much. I think Alonso's there just to collect the check. Sorry. But yeah, I think Russell will probably push. That might be too dangerous. And he's got a point to prove. So I think he will push. But yeah, so that's my predictions. That's how I'm going to go with it. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I'm curious to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments below. I'm so excited. I am excited. I'm so nervous, but I'm so excited for the race tonight. Cannot wait. It should be good.